Well, hi there, folks. Welcome back to Mossy Roots Farm. So, today, this has inspired a thought. So, let me explain. We have these two wagons. Generally, we put 20% hog starter in this wagon and our bulk non-mineral mix in this wagon. And the reason for that is this wagon is just a little bit harder to deal with. I had to take the brake off of this so I could rebuild it, and then I never rebuilt it. So there's no brake, so if I lift it up right now, it can fall right back down as you see there. So this wagon is just not ideal for everyday use, but this wagon is. I won't open it now because I'm not getting feed out. It has a really steep chute here, and that's really amazing because all the feed just flows right into it. So I could literally open the door here, and all the feed will flow right into my buckets, and I hardly have to shovel or use a hoe or anything. Here, we have such a shallow angle. Every ounce of feed, as you see here, has to be moved manually into the bucket. Even if this thing is overflowing, I still have to manually move it into the bucket, which is very inconvenient. Now, you may ask, well then why did you put this feed in here? Well, I didn't. And this is where I say, what you do during adversity says more about your character than the entire life you have lived. The feed, we clearly have it labeled. So you see here it says 20% hog starter on the side of our wagon. So anybody delivering feed can walk up, see that this is where we want the 20% hog starter. You can see the same thing here. Soy and corn, now it's a little drippy, but soy and corn, 14% no minerals. You can clearly see. But the delivery driver didn't do that. The same company who we got this feed from has also been giving us the wrong feed tags for our 100 or 20% hog starter. They've been giving us feed tags that have not an illegal substance, but a substance that has a slaughter hold on it. They have been giving us the tag for something that we cannot use because we don't want to have to withhold feed from our pigs. Also, we don't want to have to deal with that at all because I don't trust the government or these people that claim these chemicals are good for you. So there you go. There's my little tinfoil hat rant over. Well, what did I do, you may ask? I did nothing. Well, if that was me, I would have called and complained. And that would have gotten you where? They're not going to come out here and transfer this feed over. I'm going to have to deal with it for the entire life of this feed. If this takes me a week, I have to deal with it for a week. If it takes me 10 years, I have to deal with it for 10 years. You may ask, well, then what about the feed tag? Well, what'd you do about that? Well, I just called the company. I said, hey, the feed tag you guys sent was not for what you told me it was. They went into their database and they said, oh, we've been giving people the wrong feed tag for years. They have been giving people who buy this 20% hog starter the wrong feed tag. Now, you may say, well, that's a bad company. Well, one, they just recently got bought out. So there's things like this that are going to go unnoticed because they're not aware of it. They just bought the company, so they have no idea what's going on. So there's issue number one, at least in that regard. And then issue number two is they gave me the wrong tag, but they corrected the problem. They sent me in an email the correct tag. I talked to the nutritionist for this company. Oh, that's really cute. What is that doing? I talked to the nutritionist for this company. She actually looked up what was mixed. She got into the computer system, saw the recipe they used to mix this whole wagon, and told me it was not what the tag was, and she emailed me a new tag. And this isn't the first time it's happened. And again, you may say, well, if it's the second, third, fifth time, I'd find a new company. I'd do something different. Mistakes happen. I make mistakes all the time. My mistake currently is not petting this thing. It says I need to pet it. That's what I'm making a mistake about. So again, these are adversity. This absolutely stinks. The buckets are too tall for this wagon. The chute is too steep for this wagon. I'd have to, which I'm going to do at some point now, I'm going to have to cut a corner out of the bottom here. Like I'm going to have to come at an angle like this so I can shorten the scoop up. make it a lot steeper. And then I'm going to have to take this here, move this up, cut this back, because I need, I need it to be shorter like this guy. I basically need to take this scoop and put it over there, but I don't know if the dimensions are going to line up. Although now that I say that, I should probably measure, because that would be easier. If these are the same width and the same height where the bolts are, I could just take this scoop off, put it over here, throw some new bolts at it, and call it a day. And now that I say that, I'm going to look at that, but I'm not going to look at it today because I got to make some pig food and some chicken food so that everyone is adequately fed for the cold weather. So, like I say, depends on what you do for adversity. And here's the ultimate bottom line. You have two options when it comes to adversity, right? You either suck it up and tackle it, or you just ignore it and then nothing ever changes. But sucking it up and tackling it does not necessarily mean raising a fuss. It does not mean me calling this feed company up and cursing them out because they made a simple little mistake. You know, it does not mean me writing some bad review on Yelp as 15 different people so that no one buys from this company again. No, that's how you burn bridges, and someday they may be the only feed place in town. And guess what? You might need feed so bad that you have to purchase it from them. Same thing with, for us, there's a local butcher shop that's that way. I don't like them. I don't want to use them, but I'm not going to say anything bad about them, and I'm not going to say who they are, because if I need something in a pinch, well, a bad butcher shop is better than me having to, let's say a cow got hurt. It's better than me having a cow hurt out there and I got to kill it in the field because I can't get it to a butcher shop. So that's what I mean, guys. What you do during adversity matters. Thank you guys so much for watching. I got to get me some feed made up or else critters are going to go hungry. See you on the next one.